Hi. So, if you are new to this channel, hello. But if you're not new to this channel, I'm sure you'll be surprised that this is a different video from the ones that I usually upload. So, usually mga ina-upload ko dito ay mga journal videos. But today is a different day. Today's video is a different format because I just figured why not record myself talking about books. Because today's Thursday, October 13, and I guess today is a nice day to talk about books. So, this is going to be a book chat and yun, book chat. So I don't know much, like I don't know what's going to be the format of this video because this is very spontaneous. So I guess I'll just discuss the books that I'm currently reading, book discoveries na discover ko obviously, and books na na-finish ko and books that I'm planning to read in the next like what 4 weeks. So I'd start with the books that I am currently reading because I have two, and those books are the following. So, this is the first one. This is Chronicles Volume 1 by Bob Dylan. So, I got this as a Christmas gift last year, and I'm a Bob Dylan fan. So, I was really happy when I found out that may store sa Lazada na nagbebenta nito. And so, ito yung inask ko as Christmas gift. And I started reading this last January, but I wasn't able to finish the book kasi back then I was reading parang ano bang book yun? I think it was Sense and Sensibility. So, may iba pa akong binabasa nun and naisip ko mag-focus na lang ako doon. Kasi this one naman is pwedeng balikan. Kaya, ngayon, naisip ko, bakit hindi ko kaya balikan tong Chronicles Volume 1? And, I'm actually surprised nung binalikan ko siya because when I first uh, started nabasahin to, hindi ko masyadong na-appreciate yung novel. I mean, yung story na kinukwento ni Bob Dylan. By the way, this is not a novel but a memoir. So, hindi ko siya masyadong na-appreciate kasi nga I was more focused on reading the Jane Austen novel. But I remember, nung binabasa ko to, I discovered yung playlist sa Spotify featuring all the songs na mention ni Bob Dylan dito. And that's a really great playlist. And back then, mas na-appreciate ko yung playlist kesa dito. But now that binabasa ko siya ulit, kino-continue ko yung pagbabasa, I'd say na mas na-appreciate ko na ito ngayon. Because number one, if you're a fan of Bob Dylan, you'd know that he's really mysterious, and you get the same when reading this memoir. What I actually like about this memoir is that this is not a chronological story of his life from his childhood to like his adulthood, but more like meron na siyang piniling specific moments sa buhay niya, and then yung mga specific moments na yon kinuwento niya. And I actually think that's really cool kasi uh, parang you see like the same person sa iba't ibang moments ng buhay niya, and parang sa moments na yun meron siyang mga nakilala along the way, and yung mga nakilala niya along the way are also interesting. Kaya when you read Chronicles, you don't just learn about Bob Dylan, but you also learn about the people he met and how those people were influential in some ways sa society and sa kanyang way of seeing things. So that's the first book, Chronicles Volume 1 by Bob Dylan. The second book na meron ako dito, this one is more of academic non-fiction. Uh, well, the first one is non-fiction, but the second one here is more academic. This one's called Campaigns of Knowledge, U.S. Pedagogies of Colonialism and Occupation in Philippines and Japan. I got this from Ateneo de Manila University Press. And this book is about education, obviously, but nakafocus siya sa uh, US pedagogies in the Philippines and in Japan. So, yung way or yung kind of education na pinromote ng Americans when they were in the Philippines and when they were in Japan. So, currently I'm on chapter 2. Katatapos ko lang actually kaninang basahin ng chapter 2. And yung first chapters kasi I think 3 or 4 chapters is nakafocus sa Philippines and the last 2 or 3 chapters ay nakafocus sa Japan. So, hindi ko pa masyadong nakikita um, yung sa Japan, but dun sa Philippines, ang natapos ko na is nakafocus siya dun sa books. So, parang dun sa chapter na yon minention niya na paano ginamit yung books to uh, parang to spread the idea of American colonialism in the Philippines and paano ginamit yung mga images and yung mga yung mga images, even the flag para i-spread yung idea ng American colonialism in the Philippines. It's actually interesting because while reading the book, naisip ko na yung ideas ba na na gustong i-impart ng United States as mentioned sa book nung panahon nila here, nung panahon ng Amerikano dito is nag-exist pa din sa education natin. Like, meron ditong like passage na sa mga books daw, yung mga Filipinos usually dinedepict sila na nasa rural area, mga farmers, tapos nasa bahay kubo sila, and then masisipag sila. And naisip ko lang, nagre-reflect pa din kaya yun sa mga books dito sa Philippines? Like books for education. I'm talking about books for education. Like, ano ba yung representation ng mga Filipino sa mga textbooks na binabasa natin? Like, textbooks for grade 1 and for grade 2. Ganun pa rin ba yung idea natin? So, really interesting. Really interesting. Compared sa book ni Bob Dylan kanina, mas heavy siya basahin. Parang you need side research. So, medyo, I don't know if matatapos ko siya agad. But, really interesting. Really interesting. We'll continue this one. Siguro, by the end of this month, tatapusin ko siya. So, yun yung mga currently na binabasa ko. Now, let's talk about the book na natapos ko early this month. So, last week, I started the book and luckily, in 5 days natapos ko siya. Pero, maikli lang naman siya. Pero, for me, it's an achievement. So, let me just get that book. It's this one. So, it's George Orwell's Animal Farm. So, nahanap ko to sa National Bookstore nung October 1. And nagulat ako kasi, number 1, nagbebenta sila ng classic books. Number 2, nagbebenta sila ng Collins Classics books. Number 3, nagbebenta sila ng George Orwell books. So, yon na-discover ko lang nung pumunta ako na number 1, nagbebenta sila ng classic books, ng Collins Classics books at ng George Orwell books. And when I say George Orwell books, hindi lang yung 1984 and yung Animal Farm, pero meron din silang ibang mga George Orwell books. And actually, dun ako pinaka na-surprised because, to be honest, medyo struggle hanapin yung ibang libro ni George Orwell dito sa Philippines, lalo na yung mga non-fiction niya. So, because mura lang yung Collins Classics, bumili na rin ako ng ibang George Orwell books. And, eto sila. Let me just get those books. Wait lang. I bought 2. So, first one is Down and Out in Paris and London. And then, Homage to Catalonia. So, these 2 books are non-fiction and based dun siya sa experiences ni George Orwell. Actually, kung hindi ko pa mahanap yung copies na to na binibenta sa National Bookstore, muntik na akong bumili sa book depository ng Penguins or Oxford editions. Pero mahal nila. Kaya luckily talaga nagbebenta si National Bookstore and nakuha ko lang to or nabili ko lang to for 125 pesos. Compared doon sa 600 pesos sa book depository na minsan meron pang kasamang handling fee sa post office. Kaya yeah, tipid siya actually. Siguro yung difference lang nitong edition ni Collins sa edition ng Oxford or ng Penguin is mas maliit siya. Pero hindi naman siya issue kasi malaki yung sulat nung mga malaking sulat. Kaya hindi ka masyadong maduduling. Kasi may iba kasing nakakaduling pag maliit. Pero ito naman hindi. Kasi yung sulat, tama lang, malaki. Malaki siya. And then may space ka for annotation. So, ayan. Ayan siya. Wait. Oops. So, ayan. May space ka para pwede kang magsulat dyan. Yun yung gusto ko dito. Kahit na maliit siya. And pwede mo siyang dalhin kahit saan ka pumunta. So, pag nag-aantay ka sa train, or kapag nakapila ka, pwede mo siyang basahin doon. So, let me show you kung difference nung Collins Classics and ng Penguin. Kasi meron akong Penguin edition ng isang libro ni George Orwell. It's, I think, Road to Vegan Pear. Ayan siya. So, as you can see, mas malaki siya sa Animal Farm. I mean, sa Collins Classics Edition. Mas malaki siya. Yan. Sila. Ganyan. Yan. Malaki sila. Mas malaki to. And then, mas malaki din obviously yung sulat. Ayan. So, ayan siya. Ayan. So, medyo lang to. Medyo mahirap hanapin. I actually got this second hand. Pero mahal din eh. Medyo mahal ko din siya nabili. Kaya sulit talaga na National Bookstore nagbebenta na rin ng ibang libro ni George Orwell dito. So, back to Animal Farm. Sa realizations ko sa Animal Farm. So, Animal Farm, surprisingly, ay maganda. This is just my second George Orwell book. Yung first ko is Keep the Aspidistra Flying. And iba yung Keep the Aspidistra Flying sa Animal Farm. But despite the differences, very relatable sila. So, ito kasing Animal Farm is, it's about an animal farm. Meron joke lang. It's about a farm na yung mga animals, one day, nag-decide sila na patalsikin or paalisin yung owner ng farm na si Mr. Jones. And then from there, nag-transform yung Animal Farm. Kasi yung leadership nila and then yung mga batas or yung mga rules na kailangan nilang sundin, nag-transform siya doon. And pinanood ko yung yung animated film kasi nalaman ko na may movie adaptation pala siya. Like it's a 1954 animated film and it was sad. Yeah, really sad and dark. I did not expect it to be dark. Like the book is dark, but I did not expect the animated version to be dark kasi nga parang intended siya sa kids. But then, I learned na hindi pala. So, yun. Meron dong scene na yung isang character na horse ay naaksidente at yung kaibigan niyang donkey ay umiiyak. And it was sad. That scene was sad. Actually, sad sa film and sad din dito. So, yun. Really nice book. Medyo naghihinayang ako na it took me a long time bago ko umpisahang basahin yung Animal Farm. But, ayun, at least, nabasa ko na siya and really liked it. I'm not sure when I'm gonna read the other George Orwell books. Siguro by the end of this year, I'll read one more. But, ayun, isa na lang. The 1984, hindi ko pa nababasa and I think yun na lang yung hihuhuli ko sa George Orwell books na meron ako. But, yeah, siguro any of the three na meron ako, yun yung next ko na babasahin. Pero yun, sana yung National Bookstore, they also carry this, like, novel called Burmese Days. Novel din siya ni George Orwell. It's about naman colonialism in Burma. So, I'm really interested to learn about that book kasi it's about Southeast Asia. It's about colonialism. And I want to like see if there are similarities and differences between colonialism, like British colonialism and American colonialism. Yun. Yeah. Yun. So, yun. Next, let's talk about the books na gusto kong basahin in the next 4 weeks. Kasi next month is November na. And assuming na matatapos ko yung Chronicles or yung Campaigns of Knowledge, kailangan ko magbasa ng panibagong libro. And yung libro na gusto ko talagang basahin to since last year, inaantay kong mag-November is, tada! Oh, machi kami. It's Umin Valley in November by Tove Jansson. I got this last year, but I really waited na mag-November para mabasa ko siya. This is a book na I ordered sa Book Depository and no regrets because the cover is nice. It's hardbound, by the way. The cover is nice. I mean, the jacket is nice. The cover is, wait lang, let me just, yeah. Ganyan siya. And then, pag binuksan mo, may ganyan. Oops, sorry. Ayan siya. It's cute. And not the type who buys books because of covers, but this one, hindi ko siya kayang palampasin kasi it's really nice. Ito na-discover ko because I was into Sherlock and one of the characters in the Sherlock, si Molly, yung artista na gumanap na Molly. Lagi niyang kinukwento na gusto niya yung Moomin. And ito yung favorite daw niya na Moomin book. So, ayan. I bought it because of her. Nabudol ako ni Molly Hooper. But, I read this book of all the Moomin books. Ito daw yung pinaka-melancholic. It's actually the last. Kasi, yung Moomin book series siya. And then, ito yung last. And sabi nila na ito daw yung pinaka-melancholic because nung sinulat daw to nung author, I'm not sure kung sino yung namatay, if it's the mother or the father of the author. So, she was grieving when she wrote this. And nag-reflect daw yun sa Moomin Valley in November. So, it's the melancholic and the most mature of all the Moomin books. So, ayan, I'm really looking forward na mabasa ko siya by November because I think bagay siya sa panahon. Kasi November, I always associate November with like sadness, like not sadness, but slow movement of time, more time for reminiscing and more time for reminiscing and just thinking about the past and memories, mga ganon. So I'm really looking forward na babasa to. So ayan, this is the jacket. So ayan siya. I actually have another Moomin book kasi I remember I ordered 2 books back then. Pero nabasa ko na yung una. And maganda din yung cover niya. It's Moominland Midwinter. Ito naman perfect siya for January kasi it's perfect for winter. And also, this is like yung storya kasi niya nagka-transition na siya to spring. And wala namang winter sa Philippines. Pero, perfect siya sa January. Kasi diba sa January, parang it's a new year, new opportunity, or new chances to change your ways and to rediscover yourself. So, very sakto for January. Ayan. So, I read this in January last year and, ayun. This is the first book na nabasa ko noong January, then Sense and Sensibility, then yung Chronicles ni Bob Dylan. So I guess parang umikot na no? From Chronicles to Moominland Midwinter. So yon, that's everything sa video na to. And I know this is a very different format from the ones that I usually post. And I don't know if I'm gonna do this again, but yeah, those are the books that I I'm currently reading and books that I am planning to read. So that's it. So thank you everyone and happy Friday tomorrow. So happy Friday. Bye.